I mean, when you're in a relationship and you've got other roommates there, there's a lot to think about, but we're not gonna get into that. Right now I'm living in Chinatown in our beautiful Elizabeth Street apartment. I was only taking one class last semester, so it wasn't really worth paying for an apartment if I just had to be in the city one day a week. I was also part-time working at a pediatrician's office, so I didn't have too much time to stay in the city. I was lucky that I live on Long Island, home base. It was just wiser to commute in and out. It's annoying to like lug your bags, it's annoying to sit on the train. Commuting in general was just stressful, especially not feeling like you had the time, or if you were commuting in super late and having to like be awake and, you know, having other obligations just made it really inconvenient. Since I was like part-time student, part-time like working at home, I didn't have a life in New York for the semester. I like kind of fell out of touch with a lot of friends, which was really sad. You know, like I wish I got to see them more often. I knew I was going to be part-timing before I even got into the relationship. I was going to like maybe once in a while sleep with friends, or I have a cousin that lives in Brooklyn, or my parents were even considering me if I had an exam to get a hotel room for a night. So Jacob and I met in Florence at our study abroad. We didn't start dating till a few months later. It was nice because we got time to know each other, and it just kind of happened very naturally. My boyfriend's apartment is in Chelsea, so not too far from Penn Station. It's a really cozy couch surfing. I didn't really sleep on a couch. Actually, one of my boyfriend's friends does actually couch surf because he's also a commuter, but he actually sleeps on the couch, whereas I sleep in a bed. Jacob was very accommodating. He like gave me closet space, like got, you know, like has a little phone charger for me. I didn't get my own drawer in the dresser until like a few months in, but it's okay. It's his own home too. He's, you know, came from the UK, so he's basically bringing his whole life over. So I can keep stuff on Long Island. So it's not a big deal for me. It's more for him to have his space for his life. I did want to kind of contribute, especially since I was couch surfing. So I would buy soap, I would help clean once in a while. I just kind of try to accommodate my presence, neutralize my presence almost. Sleeping in my own bed, it's pretty nice. Sometimes it gets lonely if you're used to sleeping with someone. This is Plonky. So Jacob got me him as a replacement, and Jacob kind of gets jealous sometimes, but it's his fault. I think it's very crucial to establish a foundation with someone before having like a more permanent tie to them, especially with housing. Would I do it again? I would hope I wouldn't have to. It was a lot. But if I had to, I would. But you know, I'm settled here. Just make sure it's with the right people. Make sure they accommodate you and make you feel welcome. You don't want to feel uncomfortable.